Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar, Vacation Planning in 2025. We are excited to have you here today with us. My name is Dragana, and I'm part of the sales team here at Spiza. Joining me today also is my colleague Gregor, our technical support expert. He will be demonstrating how to manage leave-related data in the system. Today's topic is highly relevant as we approach the new year when companies start planning and scheduling their leave for 2025. This often involves coordinating work processes, employee preferences, and legal requirements. By using the all-hour system, you can significantly simplify leave management, reduce administrative errors, and most importantly, of course, save time. Before we begin, I'd like to point out that you can write your questions in the chat box throughout the webinar. Don't worry, only we will be able to see them, and in the end, we will take the time to address all of them. If we are unable to address all of the questions posted during the session, we will follow up via email afterwards. Furthermore, this session is being recorded, and the recording of this webinar will be available on our website in a few days, and you will also receive it via email, so you can rewatch it at your convenience. Today, we will be covering the following. Firstly, we will have a short introduction to all our system to get everyone up to speed, as I believe some of you may not yet be our users. Then we will do a short demonstration. We will show you how to do different things in terms of leave management. This part will be done by Gregor, and in the end, we will do a Q&A session. In the demonstration, we will be showing you how to import new annual leave quotas, how to update the existing leave quotas, how to configure the display of leave balances, how to assign a substitute approver for absences in case of an approver's absence, how to set up automated reporting of leave balances, leave balance summaries for employees or managers. We will wrap out, as I said, with our Q&A session, so make sure to post all of your questions you might have in the chat box that you can see on your right. Now, as I've mentioned, a short introduction to the All Hours. And All Hours is a cloud-based solution for time tracking and payroll processing that enables quick and easy real-time clock-ins. There are various registration methods available. You can use our mobile app, our web portal, or our time clocks. You can, of course, also choose a combination of all of the methods available that suits your needs. Both fixed and portable time clocks are available also, with the latter being particularly suitable for field work. Employees can then clock in using cards or key fobs. The system, of course, tracks all types of attendance, such as clock-ins, clock-outs, business departures, and remote work. In addition to attendance tracking, managing absences like vacation, sick leave, and other is a legal requirement. Of course, All Hours covers those needs as well. The system is highly flexible, allowing you to define and add the types of absences your organization needs. Employees can submit leave requests themselves and are notified of the status of their requests, as you can see on the screenshot on the left. Thirdly, companies or administrators managing the system have access to all of the data in one place. This centralization facilitates the generation of diverse reports and enables the use of data for various purposes. This eliminates the need for manual data entry, significantly reducing administrative tasks, the likelihood of errors, and of course, the time required for processing. That's a brief overview. And once again, I encourage you to use the chat box to ask your questions. We'll be happy to address all of them. Now I will hand my word to Gregor, who will demonstrate your leave management in the All Hour system with practical examples. Gregor, the floor is yours.
this is seen on mobile, or this is seen on web. So the vacation balance is currently set that it represents the date of today. So how much vacation do you have on this day? So if you insert a vacation, let's say in advance, the vacation balance doesn't deduct automatically until we get to that date. So now we can add an absence. Let's click on annual leave and we will insert, let's say, a couple of days of vacation. All right, we will insert it. This is overlapping holidays. We will say, okay, skip holidays. So holidays will be inserted. This is still pending, so we will approve it. So we go to Administrator tab and we will approve this vacation. All right. And right now we will see that vacation balance hasn't changed. So we still have 20 days of vacation balance, but I inserted vacation. So the next, let's say, step that we have, you can configure the vacation balance counter that it represents how much vacation did you enter this year. So we will go into our administrator account. So only administrator can do this, and it affects everyone in your system. So in settings, we can open advanced, and on advanced, we have vacation. So fine tune how it's represented. So the first option represents how much vacation you have today. The second one represents how much vacation do you have until the end of the year. So everything that you entered in advance until end of the year will be deducted from that balance. So if we save this, and we will check again how much vacation this user have. So we go back to our account, I will refresh this, and now I have, let's say, -4. So I had that much vacation entered this year, so it deducted everything, even if I have had too much. Okay, so this is the representation how to you can, let's say, represent your balance. So this is viewed in mobile or web. Okay, so right now we will show you how we can import new vacation, or how we can edit it if you want to edit it one by one person. Okay, so administrator, when he got into his account, so on the home page, we check the tree structure here and we select users. So under users, we can select next to add user this little arrow, and we will select import vacation. So import vacation is for new quota. So let's say 20 years that you will import on 1st of the 2nd or next year. Okay, we select import vacation, we download the template. So we click on here, this downloads the CSV file. We can check how this looks. Okay, so this opens up the, let's say, Excel in this type of representation. I urge you to, let's say, set every column in its own bracket. So for now, it's everything is separated by comma, but we will separate it by columns. So we select the first two columns, click on data, click text to columns. The text is delimited, and we select the separator. So the separator will be a comma, and we get 4 different brackets. So we get an email, first name, last name, and vacation quota. Okay, after you've done this, you insert your own data. So your data needs to be inserted like this. So I have another Excel here. Let us check. So I have an email of a user, first name, last name, and how much vacation we will import. So after you got this file edited, we need to upload it. So the next step is to open Google Chrome or any other browser, select the import vacation, and the limiter will be semicolon. If you leave it at comma, it won't show anything, but that's not a problem. So if we select a comma, like we shouldn't, we will get no data. So nothing to worry about, just select semicolon and select the file again. Okay. After that, we get our data that's displayed to will be imported. Next step is to, let's say, delete, override existing vacation quota. I will get back to that, what this means. For now, we will import it. Okay, we select import. Okay, why this failed. Oh, the date isn't right. So the date we need to insert, so the year will be 2025. Okay, let's select the date. So December 1st of January, and let's import it. Okay, the quotas were imported. Let's go to timelines and we will see what kind of events were imported. So on the 1st of January, for admin Yanes, we get 25 days of vacation entry. So 25 days were added to his quota. So if we check the previous day, the 31st, so the December, we have 10 days left. So we have, let's say, 10 days left. Those days are automatically transformed into last year vacation balance. So we have 10 days of last year vacation balance and 35 of vacation balance. This is new year and last year vacation together. So when you insert a vacation, let's say if we would insert it on the 3rd, let's just check. This will be a test. So both counters are deducted. So we have 34 days of vacation balance and 9 days of last year vacation balance. So when you will get to the July, there will be last year vacation cut. That's also automatic, so you don't need to worry about that. If we check 1st of July, we will see we have still 9 days of last year vacation. On the 1st of July, we have last year vacation cut, and only vacation balance from this year is remaining. Okay, so if you get, let's say, something wrong with the import, so you imported wrong numbers. Let's say that users don't have 25 days of vacation, but they have more. Let's say they have 100. We can correct the vacation quota in our Excel. So let's say now we will insert 40, 50, and 60 days of vacation. We save this. Okay, and then we repeat the process. So we can just import vacation again. We select semicolon, select the date, and now we will enable the option that we disabled it before. So in here we have override existing vacation quota. This means that if there is already an adjustment on 1st of January, it will override it. So the 25 days that were inserted will be overridden by 40 days. So let's try it. Okay, we inserted it. If we go back to timelines, I will select the 1st, and now there are 40 days that were entered instead of 25. So this overrides the existing quota. If you don't enable the override, it will add another. So you would have 2 adjustments in here. So there will be 2 vacation entries, 25 and 40, if you don't enable the option to override it. Okay, so that's with importing vacation. Users can also be, let's say, edited one by one manually. So if we add an adjustment, so on the 1st of the 1st, we can also insert override balance of old vacation days. So I could insert, let's say you have 20 days of old vacation, and I can also override, so you have 50 together. So that's also an option. So you can also adjust users one by one. Okay, so that's how we import the vacation. Now let's check how we can see, let's say, how much vacation does user have. So the one option is to open a report. So we can create, let's say, a daily report, daily summary, and in this report we will choose the correct columns. So right now there are many columns in here that we don't need. We will just select that we have the date and vacation balance. Okay, let's leave the name, paid time. We don't need physical presence, not. Okay, so we here unmap the balances that we don't need. So vacation balance, we can also insert last year vacation balance if we have it. Let me just find it, last year vacation balance. Okay, we save this and generate. So now we have, let's say, one user for every day of the month. We will select only one day. So let's say the 31st, 31 of October, and we click apply. This way we get only one line for every user. So I see Janes has 10 days of vacation, Mattia has 15, Max has 3, Simon has -10. So I can save this report. So we will click Actions, Save As, and click Vacation Report. Okay, so now we saved this report, we have it in our drop-down menu, and now we can also automate it out of all hours. So under settings, there is a relatively new option, report automation. In here, you can select two options. So the first one is to schedule first arrival last departure report. This means if you click on it, every user will get from this day forward monthly their own report. When did they get to work? When did they leave? So that's exactly the same as we would open reports, select first arrival last departure, select let's say a random person. Let's go with Simon, and we would select generate. So we see all of the days. All right, I don't have any events here. Let's check for Mattia. Okay, so we see the whole day if they have any arrivals, if they're missing departure, if they have, let's say, present. So everything that was going on in this month will be sent to a user. That's exactly the same as we would send a PDF of this file. Okay, so for vacation report, we will select the other option. So if we delete this, we can create new automated report from scratch. So we will say this is a vacation report. Here we have individual report, so every user will get its own data. If we have a group report, we will send this to, let's say, a manager or administrator, and he will get users that are, let's say, in this department or by tag, or we can just select everyone. So who will get this email? Let's say admin Janes. He will get all of the users, and which report? Vacation report. We also select the month when this report will be first sent out, and you can also select to send a copy to a random email. Okay, we can save this, and now 1st of January, Janes will get, let's say, a vacation report, which would be exactly the same as going into reports, create vacation report, select 1st of the 1st, and then download this PDF. So this is what the user would get in his email. So he gets for every user 1st of January, the vacation of last and this year's vacation. So this is also an option to automate. You can also automate other type of reports. Let's say for first arrival last departure. In this report, you can select that it shows only violations. So violation means that if they forgot to clock in, if they forgot to, let's say, connect to arrivals. So if they have arrival but no departure, this is a violation. And you can also create a report that shows only violations. Save it as violation. And you can also automate that kind of report. So we'll go into settings, select automated report, and add a new one. So we would click on add, we would say violations, make this a group report or individual report. So you can send this to every user and they would get their own violations. So when did they forgot to clock in? When did they forgot to, let's say, insert arrival or departure? We select which report, let's say violations, and this would be sent monthly. So basically you can, let's say, automate any type of report. Currently, this is more like manager or administrator report automation because we have 10 reports monthly. So you can, how do you say, send out 10 reports monthly, so to 10 managers, to 10 users, so they get vacation quotas or violations. If you would need, let's say, 100 or more, you can switch to standard plan and then upgrade how many reports do you want. So 10 is free every month. Other than that, it can be upgraded manually to a desired quota. Okay, so with this report automation, you can, let's say, automate any type of report. So this can be daily summary, first arrival, last departure, or even period summary. So this what is used for pay stubs. Okay, so that's all for reports. Now we can also check how we can insert additional approver. So for someone who is, let's say, approver for, let's say, a whole company, when he goes to vacation or is absent, the requests are still sitting in his approval tab. So he cannot approve it, so Max cannot go to annual leave or vacation in January. So when this user is absent, everyone can insert its own additional approver. So if we open up profile, we can request managements during absence, and we can select a coworker who is also a manager or administrator. This is a drop down of everyone who has, let's say, group rights, who can approve other people. Let's say they only have one department, and now when I insert Mattia as my coworker to work during my absence, he will get all of the rights I have to approve users when I'm absent. So the account is waiting for me to insert an absence. So this could be annual leave, sick leave, or anything else. And when I have this absence inserted, the admin Mattia will get rights to approve or deny other people. Okay, so we can check the account of admin Mattia. We will refresh this, and under approvals, now I also have a request from Max, and it also writes that you have been authorized by admin Janes to manage their requests. When you are set as an additional approver, you cannot set another one. So if we go under profile of this user, okay, so under profile of this user, you also see who appointed you. So I was appointed for admin Janes, and I can select another, let's say admin Janes, so he approves my requests if I'm absent. So it's vice versa. So that's also an option. There's also another thing maybe that you don't know that's also quite new. Email notifications can be turned off. So every user who doesn't like to receive emails for every requests, every approved let's say event, you can disable emails. So this means that you don't get any email about anything from all hours, but you will get still everything in approvals in web or mobile app. So that's also an option if you don't want to send out emails to other people. All right, so that's it from my side for today. I think we covered everything. If you have any questions, we will go over it. Right now, I'm giving the word back to my colleague.
Thank you very much, Gregor, for an excellent presentation. I believe users now have a better idea of how to tackle vacation planning for the upcoming year. If there are any questions, as I already mentioned, I'd like to invite you again to post them in the chat box for us to see and then answer. And that also brings us to the third part of our webinar, which is your questions. So we have one question, and this is, how could you add, for example, additional 5 days to a specific of vacation to a specific employee? Gregor?
Yes, great question. Okay, if we would want, let's say, to manually correct one user or more, we would need to, let's say, edit the adjustment that was inserted, or we can insert another adjustment. Okay, right now I will show you how to do that. So in the all hours, so this can be done by manager or administrator, we can open timelines, and in the timelines we can select the user that we want to edit, let's say Max for example, and we see that his vacation is 3 days, he has 3 days of last year vacation. If these are wrong quotas, You don't need to go back to the day you inserted them and, let's say, delete them or update them there, but you can also add an adjustment in this day, and you can insert vacation entry, which will add 5 days to the existing 3 days, or you can insert override, which will, let's say, delete what was previously inserted and insert 5 days over it. So we could insert here like -10, and the quota would be -10. No exceptions from previous data. Okay, so I think that was the question. So if I answered you correctly, give me a hint. All right.
Thank you, Grega. This is it for the questions. If any additional questions do pop up later, do not hesitate to reach out to us. You can always send an email to support@allhours.com or reach out to us via the chat available in the All Hours system in the bottom right corner. And we will be, of course, happy to help you set up anything you might need. Okay, now I kindly ask you, just a second. I kindly ask you to answer the questions that is now available on the screen. We are interested if you would like us to contact you after this webinar to organize a short introduction to All Hours. This is meant for more the users, the customers that are, the prospects that are not yet our customers. So please give us some feedback so we know if you're interested in us reaching out. And thank you for your answers. As I said, your feedback is very important to us, so please let us know if you find these webinars useful and helpful. We welcome both positive feedback as well as suggestions for improvements. Okay, this brings us towards the end of our webinar. Before we finish off, I'd also like to inform you of the special offer we have prepared for the December. This is the season of giving, and we have decided to be a part of that as well. So if you recommend All Hours to your business partners, acquaintances, or family members, you and them, so both of you, receive a 40 euro Amazon voucher. So if you have anyone in mind, this is a great time to do that. You can find more details about the offer on our website, or as I said, you can also reach out to us and we will help you set it up. Thank you all for joining us for today's webinar. I hope you found the presentation helpful and that you'll be able to apply the tips and configurations we've shown you to easily manage leave in the All Hours system. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're always available and be happy to help. And for all of the new users that might be watching us, we have a 14-day free trial available. So feel free to create one and get a better idea of how All Hours works and how it could solve your pain points. We'd also appreciate your feedback on how you'd like the webinars to proceed in the future. If you have any suggestions for the topics you'd like us to cover, we'd be happy to hear them. Wishing you all a wonderful holiday season. Thank you again for participating, and we look forward to seeing you at our future webinars.